Dear Nigerians, it's here again. Welcome to the Energy Show where we get you optimistic about the future of energy. I am Tiana and today we'll be conversing on the topic power generation versus transmission. Here's the breakdown. Imagine a country with enormous natural resources, sunlight, rivers, gas, and even wind. Yet, when you flip a switch, there's no power. Not because we can't generate electricity, but because somewhere along the line it fails to reach us. So, where exactly is the breakdown in generation or in transmission? Now let's look at the section 1, which is framing the issue. Now, power is the lifeblood of modern development. You know, right? But in many regions, particularly in developing countries, we experience persistent blackouts and unreliable electricity. To understand why, we must look at the two key stages of electrical supply. Number 1, generation, where power is produced using hydro, thermal, solar, and etc. 2, we have its transmission, where the electricity is moved from power plants through high voltage lines to our communities. Now, both are critical, but often one is more to blame than the other. Now, let's look at the section 2, examining power generation. Now, many countries like Nigeria, for example, have installed capacity that far exceed the actual power being generated. Why? Poor maintenance of power plants. We have the fuel supply issues, especially gas shortages, outdated technology, and lack of private sector investment. So yes, generation faces real challenges, but is that where the main breakdown is? Now let's go to the section 3, the transmission gap. If we look at the transmission, the silent backbone of power delivery. Even when power is generated successfully, it must travel over vast distances. This is where many problems arise. Old and overstressed transmission lines, limited grid coverage in rural areas, poor coordination between generation and distribution companies. We also have the high energy losses, sometimes up to 30% during transmission, underinvestment and weak regulatory frameworks. In many cases, electricity is generated, but it can't reach the people who need it. This makes transmission a critical weak link. Now let's go to the section 4. Where's the breakdown really? So where exactly is the breakdown? Truthfully, it's both. But transmission often gets less attention despite being just as vital. You can't solve a power crisis by just building more plants. If your transmission grid can't carry the load, the power stays trapped at the source. In essence, generation is about capacity and transmission is about delivery. And if delivery fails, capacity means nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing. Now, in conclusion, if we want stable electricity, we must stop treating generation and transmission as isolated pieces. We need investment policy reform and innovation, especially in transmission infrastructure. Let's stop asking whether we can produce power and start ensuring that we can deliver it. It's a close onto this show. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, share, and follow us across all social media platforms at the TLIG Africa. Do you have questions or stories about clean energy in Africa? Reach out and we'd love to hear from you. And also, if you have a product or service relating to energy you would love to promote, do reach out to us and we'd love to partner with you. Till I come your way on the next episode of the Energy Show, stay optimistic about the future of energy. See you next time.